So just a couple months ago, I made a video about Tegan Nox and her launching an OnlyFans right after she gets released from WWE/NXT. And then here we are. I'm watching Saturday Night's Main Event. That's a whole nother video I'm going to make talking about that hot dog water that WWE is spewing out, continually to spew out. But it's bad enough that I don't even watch the AEW product like that anymore. And yet I'm still getting notifications. I'm still getting videos like this on my timeline on Twitter about Tegan Nox, the little bit of time that she gets in AEW, the little bit of screen time she gets. This is what she's doing. Her and Miranda Alizé. Now, there's a couple problems with this. One I just addressed anyways, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper with that. But the first problem with this is that the fact that we're seeing people after this is happening, obviously the weirdos online, oh, if it was Tori Wilson and Sable, they did it back in the day. Trish Stratus and Mickie James. Yeah. Let me tell you one thing. And again, I haven't seen Miranda Alizé wrestle like that, so I can't speak on her wrestling ability, so I'm not even going to mention it. I'm not going to talk about the wrestling part. Tori Wilson, Sable, Trish Stratus, and Mickie James. What did all four of those chicks have that these two chicks don't? What's the word for it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Hotness. Those chicks were hot. These two, not so much. And on top of that, again, we're talking about an even deeper issue with all of this of the kissing on the mouth. And also, like we've already seen it with, it's overdone so much. Not just in professional wrestling, but in entertainment in general. That we're sitting here with throwing up our arms like, oh, why do we continue to do this like this is some kind of a revolution of lesbianism or gayness and stuff like that? And I'm getting to the gayness part of it too. Because I've been talking about this stuff for years. It is so funny that now people are starting to open their eyes, or not even open their eyes. They're just not turning a blind eye to it anymore. So when I see all this and I see the commotion, I see pretty much it's split down the middle. You got this side. I guess not left or right or anything like that, but you just this half of the fans over here getting mad about it, pretty much having the same kind of anger and embarrassment, secondhand embarrassment as a wrestling fan, sitting here watching this shit. And then you have the other half of the fans that are sitting here defending it, and then trying to rub the whole Tori Wilson Sable thing. Like those women were hot. And I ain't going to out the person who sent me a message the other day. Dawn Marie is still hot. She's still hotter than these two chicks. So what do we... That's not even an argument. That's not even a debate. That's not even a discussion.
Whoa! Pam, I think I see what's going on.
Oh.
When you turn around, you think men are perceiving you as a sexual being.
Yes.
Men are just shocked you're a woman.
But this is the reason why WWE is going to continue to spew out all this BS that they're spewing out right now. In terms of not developing their characters, not giving us good storylines. Look, you can give us quote-unquote dream matches all you want, even though they're rehashed matches that we've already had. Cena and AJ Styles, that whole thing. Now, WWE's in so much of a clusterfuck, and they have stopped giving a fuck so much that they're doing a tournament for John Cena's last match. Again, don't get me started on that whole thing. But you have Tegan Nox, Nixon Newell. She was Nixon Newell before she was even Tegan Nox. But I'm so used to saying Tegan Nox at this point. I'm just keep saying Tegan Nox. It's a habit. But Tegan Nox goes on AEW television after all of this. The OnlyFans launching, her getting backlash, her saying that, her complaining, oh, woe is me, and still launching an OnlyFans and doing all that. And then the second you get to AEW, the second you get a little bit of screen time, you're kissing on another woman on the lips. So let's see. Again, I'm not trying to get copyright or anything, so hopefully I can show this. The quality may not be as good, but you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like what are we doing? What are we doing? This didn't just start out and come out of nowhere in 2025, by the way. Just want to let you guys know that. This did not start out in 2025 like, oh, when did AEW start doing? No. It's been there for a long time. Like I said, y'all been just turning a blind eye to it. I haven't. It gets to a point where you talk about this so much that you just start ignoring it. And I've done a pretty good job at ignoring a lot of the dumb shit we've gotten from AEW. But I'm seeing this all over my timeline today, and I'm just like, bruh. Tegan Nox, of all people doing this. And now I saw some people saying, "Oh, WWE, WWE, they don't do this, blah blah." No, WWE's done it as well. That's why I've been telling y'all that. Now, again, it ain't the higher ups that are out here spewing out all that BS. I think the most they've done in terms of all the gayness stuff is back in, I want to say it was like 2019, where Sonya Deville did some kind of like Pride Month shoot thingy. I think a couple other superstars were joined in on that, but that's about it. And I was still on YouTube talking about that as well at that time. That's when I actually first started in YouTube, was 2018, 2019. But from Finn Balor with the gay gear at WrestleMania, which I made a big fuss about that, fell on deaf ears. Nobody cared. Nobody said a word. Oh, Finn Balor, yeah, I love Finn Balor too. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to call it out. If AJ Styles did it, I'd call it out. It doesn't matter who. It's the agenda. But from 2019 or whenever that was with that WrestleMania where Finn Balor did that, to the over-feminization of Velveteen Dream, which I love the character, but I was like, yo, y'all are kind of diving into some waters that you may not be able to come back from if you continue to go down this road and get into pretty much making him a Black Goldust, but even gayer. Because that was the thing. That was almost the thing. And then from that to Jon Moxley kissing a dude at GCW. Y'all forgot about that? That wasn't even too long. That was maybe 2 years ago. But this right here, man, is something else. It may seem like nothing. Oh, it's just a little kiss, blah, blah, blah. But so was when Toni Storm was kissing other chicks. And when Toni Storm got on the mic and said, "I'm here and I'm queer." Yeah, did y'all forget about that too? We didn't even want to watch you for free on TV. But yet you expect us to pay $20 for your OnlyFans? And you ain't even get naked either? Like, oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Like, imagine losing your job at WWE, but also losing your self-respect. Because that's exactly what this is. That's exactly what the OnlyFans thing is. That's exactly what it means when the very first minute you step on AEW television, you're kissing a chick in the middle of the ring. Y'all knew exactly what y'all were doing. Y'all know exactly what y'all are pushing. I've never really had a problem with Tegan Nox as a character or in the ring or in her wrestling business, because she can wrestle. She ain't the greatest wrestler, not by any means, but she can wrestle. She can go. But nobody's talking about your wrestling match tonight. Nobody's talking about how good you are or how good you and Miranda Alizé or the other two women that you guys faced are, or how good that match was. Nobody's talking about anybody. Everybody's talking about the kiss. Everybody's asked the question, how did we get here? I'll tell you how we got here. Y'all ignored it for the past 10 years when they were pushing all this stuff on the indies. Now, I'm not a big like Me Too guy or anything like that, but I don't know if you guys remember Joey Ryan or whatever his name was when he was doing all that gay stuff. The Effie guy who's still doing all that gay stuff on the indies. Now we have a new guy that's signed to WWE ID, to the ID program for WWE, that came out with a full-blown promo. I couldn't even post it on YouTube. I got copyrighted for that, so I can't even show you guys a video, but I can show you guys who the guy is. The name says it all. Evil Gay. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing in professional wrestling to the point where this guy is hashtagging himself as Dime Piece, thinking he's hot shit and calling himself Evil Gay? That's not stereotypical at all. Very on brand for the LMNOP community. And do you guys want to know what's even the more embarrassing part, other than the fact that, and I don't know how you can get even more embarrassing, the fact that this guy's signed to the WWE ID program. The fact that people actually hire and book this guy to wrestle for them, which is crazy. But after all of that, you want to know what really, really, really puts a sour taste in my mouth, no pun intended, is the fact that this guy comes out and says that his inspirations in wrestling were Michelle McCool, Gail Kim, and the Bella Twins. What? Bro, we are so cooked in professional wrestling, it's not even funny. Actually, since I'm laughing, it is funny. We are so cooked that it is now it's funny. It is funny, the fact that we are cooked. Wrestling will never be the same. I thought we had a little glimpse of hope with Triple H. Yeah, we got an old school guy. God has been in the business for so long. He's right under Vince's tutelage, right under Vince's wing. Nope. We get a little crumb of some good wrestling mixed with some good storyline and some good character development. And you know what he does? He pulls the rug right from under us. And it isn't just Triple H. It's TKO in general. It's professional wrestling in general. It is now, because I thought WWE was untouched. I thought WWE was going to be this untouched entity forever. Newsflash, as we found out this year, it's not. Now, did I have some fun? Did WWE create some excitement for us, real wrestling fans, watching the dirt sheets continue to be proven wrong time after time after time again throughout this year? It was amazing. But other than that, ever since Royal Rumble, this shit has sucked. The Me Too movement touched even professional wrestling, just like every other facet of entertainment. And y'all wanted to be taken seriously. The funny thing is, we said yes. Yes, women should be taken seriously. The women's wrestling, women, blah, blah, all this shit should be taken seriously whenever a woman opens up her mouth and speaks. We said, fine. You guys are being taken seriously. And what do? You let shit like this happen. We, as a whole, let shit like this happen. We let the Nyla Roses of the world happen. Second ever AEW Women's World Champion. We let what happened up in Canada not too long ago, where a trans person, what was it, Giselle, or whatever the fuck his name is, won the women's title up in Canada at one of the Maple Leaf promotion. Or at the very first sign of adversity, the very first sign that you are going to get released from WWE or released from your contract anywhere in professional wrestling, instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to hone in on my skills, or I'm going to go take my wrestling ability or take my talents elsewhere and do this and do that. No, you know what you say? Fuck it, I'm going to start an OnlyFans. And then, which we should not even know what you do in your bedroom or how you feel or, you know, anything about your fucking private life when it comes to what you put inside of you or what you put inside someone else. But yet, here we are in 2025, and the first chance you get, you're on camera showing us what you love to do in the bedroom. It'd be one thing if you were a mainstay in AEW. We continued to see you in AEW, and then you do something like this, and it's like, okay, this is the first time we've seen Tegan Nox. I want to say maybe the second time we've seen Tegan Nox on national television, because it ain't worldwide television. Ain't nobody watching it. People in America barely even fucking watch AEW at this point. But your first or second time, your first couple times that you're on television after getting released from WWE, and you're doing that. So no, nobody's really going to take you serious at that point. It's just not going to happen. And we are slowly starting to see it. That we can't just let these women just come out here and say, oh, this happened and that happened and this happened and that happened. And then when we let you guys just roam free, do whatever the fuck you want, say whatever the fuck you want, you're your own fucking boss, do whatever. This is what you're showing us. This is the kind of content that we're getting. So this is why I retweeted this out when this Rob Van Dam guy, get him mixed up with Rob Van Dam with RVD, because it's not RVD, it's a parody account. But this guy tweets out, he says, from Hogan to this, What the hell happened to wrestling? Just whack. Well, that's the one thing I've said in pretty much all of my wrestling videos when I talk about wrestling for the past 6 years that I've been on YouTube. I said, how do we go from such and such? How do we go from The Rock, Stone Cold, main event in WrestleMania, to fucking Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey? to what? Alexa Bliss? No, I don't think Alexa Bliss is main event at Mania. But you guys see what I'm saying, okay? We've had some pretty whack main events for WrestleMania. Stone Cold and Kevin Owens in a main event at Mania. And some whack job match. Some second-hand match to make it your main event just because it's fucking Stone Cold. Bruh. Now we got Mr. Iguana showing up on SmackDown in open challenges. That's what we've come to. That's exactly what we've come to. And that's what I told you guys that I was afraid we were coming to, that we were getting to these past few years. So, of course, I retweeted. I said, it's been like this for years. I've been pointing it out, but now everyone is tired of turning a blind eye. Unfortunately, we can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like and subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy Corn. And until next time, I am